spiritual master and is trying to chant the holy name. One should respect such a person within his mind as a Kanishta. A Madhyamadikari has received spiritual initiation. A Madhyamadikari has received spiritual initiation from the spiritual master and been fully engaged by him in the transcendental loving service of the Lord. The Madhyamadikari should be considered to be situated midway in devotional service. The Uttamadikari or highest devotee is one who is very advanced in devotional service. An Uttamadikari is not interested in blaspheming others. His heart is completely clean and he has attained the realized state of unalloyed Krishna consciousness. According to Srila Rupa Goswami, the association and service of such Mahabhagavat or perfect Vaishnava are most desirable. One should not remain a Kanishta Adhikari, one who is situated on the lowest platform of the devotional service and is interested only in the worship of the deity in the temple. Such a devotee is described in the 11th canto. Archayamyeva hare pujam ya shraddhaye hate na tadbhakteshu chanyeshu sabhakta prakrita smitaha. A person who is very faithfully engaged in in the worship of the deity in the temple, but who does not know how to behave towards devotees or people in general is called as Prakrita Bhakta or Kanishtadhikari. I'll read this again. A person who is very faithfully engaged in the worship of the deity in the temple, but who does not know how to behave towards devotee or people in general is called as Prakrita Bhakta or Kanishtadhikari. One therefore has to raise himself from the position of Kanishta to the platform of Madhyama. The Madhyamadikari is described in Bhagavatam. Ishvare thada dineshu baleshu disesu sa prema maitra kripopeksha yakaroti sa madhyamaha. The Madhyamadikari is a devotee who worships the Supreme Personality of Godhead as the highest object of love, makes friends with the Lord's devotees, and is merciful to the ignorant and wise, those who are envious by nature. This is a way to cultivate devotional service properly. Therefore, in this verse, Srila Rupa Goswami has advised us how to treat various devotees. We can see from practical experience that there are different types of Vaishnavas. The Prakrita Sayajiyas generally chant Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, yet they are attached to women, money, and intoxication. Although such persons may chant the holy name of the Lord, they are not properly purified. Such people should be respected within one's mind, but their association should be avoided. Those who are innocent but simple, carried away by bad association, should be shown favor if they are eager to receive proper instruction from pure devotees. But those neophyte devotees who are actually initiated by the bona fide spiritual master and are seriously engaged in carrying out the orders of the spiritual master should be offered respectful obeisances. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Mena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Mena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadhamayam Tadati Svakatantikam. Vanchakalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pongam Langayate Girim Yatkripatamaham Vande Shri Guru Dinatarinam. Hare Krishna. We are heading to the next level in Nectar of Instruction, which basically confirms us further that how do we see, how do we perceive, where are we, how do we move, how do we make progress in Krishna consciousness. Actually, while chanting, I was thinking about this. I received this question. The question is, right around that time, the question is, what are we doing in our life? No, we are working, we are taking care of family, taking care of our family, We are leading a life, but really, what are we doing? Uh, because these questions are required. We might have so many problems, we might have some disturbances, but still, what are we doing? There are two ways to take a problem. The first way of taking a problem is to solve whatever our mind is telling, whatever whatever we are based on our previous association all through the life and the previous lives also. We tend to take that association and then based on that we try to solve those problems. That is one way of doing this, which every person does in the same way. But there is a second way of doing things. The second way is actually the real way. For example, if you're going in a flight, we have a choice. They tell us this is a gate number, Baba. You should go to this gate 20. Gate number is 20, something like that. And then he should go to that airport. After that they will give the boarding pass and then he should go to that particular place to board that flight. What is he doing? He's actually following what he's been given. He's not doing anything else. He's following what he received and then he's doing according to that. And then after that means does he have a choice here? He doesn't have a choice actually. Because he has to follow that. For example, you're riding the car. There's a red light. Do you go or you stop? We stop, right? Or you go to the office, there's a deadline. The rector says, oh, this is the deadline, you should complete this by this time. Do we have any other choice other than that? Aren't we bounded? Or we have to do that, right? Yes, we do that. Correct? So, in our different dealings in our day-to-day life, there's so many dealings which we do in our day-to-day life. Through all those dealings, we think that we have choices, but technically we do not have choices. We have to go through it. For example, a person is diseased, is feeling ill, he's not all right. Does he have a choice other than that, like come out of that situation? Doesn't have a choice. So technically, we kind of think that we have choices, but we do not have choices. Now, here in this sloka, Srila Prabhupada is explaining about three kinds of devotees: Kanishta, Madhyama, Uttama. Kanishta Adhikari, Madhyama Adhikari, and Uttama Adhikari. Dear devotees, this is not to pinpoint the other person that you are Kanishta or you are Madhyama or you are Uttama. No, it is not to pinpoint any other person, it is only for us. And also, devotees do glorify the other person technically for their benefit only. Please do not take that to the heart. For example, if a person is glorifying us, do not take that to the heart. Simply ignore that. If it is really genuine, give it to your spiritual master. That's all. But do not ever take that to the heart. For example, if a devotee comes and tells, "Oh, Prabhu, you are chanting every day. Oh, you get up every day in the morning." Do not take that to the heart. If you take to that, if we take that to the heart, the mind will cheat us. Because technically we do not have any other choice other than practicing Krishna consciousness. But the mind, what it does is, now how and why this happens is also there is a reason and logic for that. Now, for example, if a person says that, oh, bro, you're getting up every day in the morning, this is great, you're doing great, he is seeing good in, he is protecting himself. That's all. That's all is happening, dear devotees here. It's not like he has so much love and affection towards you. It's not like he is the most caring person for you. No. There's nothing like that, dear devotees. Only spiritual master is caring for us. Devotees are just staying together. They are trying to uplift themselves. That is what is happening because nobody is on a selfless plan. If they are in selfless plan, things will be in a different state. So please do not understand. Don't get bogged down with the so-called appreciations. Never get bogged down. We generally tend to think that if a person is appreciating us, we tend to think that we are doing great actually. That's a problem actually. That's a cheating. Maya works through the other person in that way. Maya is very powerful. Through appreciations also she works. Please understand. It's important. Never ever take the somebody might tell us, oh Prabhu, you're temple president. Oh Prabhu, you are doing this, you're doing that service, oh you are doing great. So externally they will see something and then they will catch on to that and then they glorify that. That's okay. That is for their benefit. They're doing that, but we should never take it to the heart. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he himself proclaimed that my spiritual master told me, brought me a greatest fool out of me. He told me that I'm the greatest fool, which is a fact. I simply accept it. Lord personally is showing that. So one can never proclaim that we are this or we are that. Should never proclaim that. Whoever is proclaiming that is Kanishta. Now we are entering into the subject. Whoever is proclaiming that he is great. Whoever thinks that he is Prabhu. Whoever writes that he is great. We are actually servants of the servants of the servants. We are very insignificant. We have no value, no existence actually, which we discussed a few days back. Array, when you compare ourselves to this entire America, how small we are. Very teeny. Even the person who is a big in this country, who is a big person, the president of America, that also is temporary. He can only stay for 8 years at the max, not more than that. 8 years he will think that he's great. That is under illusory state. So we can never proclaim that we are great. Never ever in our life. The moment we are proclaiming that we are great means this is also another disease of impersonalism. What is the disease of impersonalism? The disease of impersonalism, it will show us that we are great. Oh, I am doing so and so service. I am doing this. I am doing that. I give donation also. Oh, I give 50%. What is that? It is through the mercy of the spiritual master. It is through the mercy of Srila Prabhupada. Somehow, if we did it, we are doing it. That's it. But what are we? Very, very lowly. If the association is not there, then that wouldn't have manifested in our heart. So anything which is manifesting in the heart means if that has to be that is coming through a connection actually. See, Paramatma is sitting in everyone's heart, right? Through that connection, he pleases, he's pleased with that connection, and then he gives motivation to speak, or he gives motivation to discuss, or he gives motivation to hear, or he gives motivation to do services. It is he who is doing everything from the background, but we do not realize that, we do not understand that, we think that we are doing it. That is when we take appreciations. This is impersonalism. What is appreciations? Taking appreciations means what? That means we are thinking that we are doing it. That technically we are not doing it because we don't have any other choice other than to accept it. Do we have a choice? Can we control our problems? We can't even control our bowels. If we had to go to, if we had to pass urine, can we control that? We can't even control. There, we have no choice. We have to go it. We have to go and do it. There's no choice for us in our life. With the last breath, in this particular body, if the last breath is complete, means that means the soul will leave. There is no choice. So there are so many things which we can perceive in this world, which gives a clear understanding and a clarity that this is the only way actually for us. We do not have a choice. But the mind, what it does is it shows so many materialistic phantasmagoria of this world, showing that you do that, you get happiness, you do that, you get happiness. One person, oh, this person is kind of putting me down. Arre, who are we? We don't even know who we are. That person also don't know who we are. I'll tell a small thing. A person is crying because his father left. I say his father left. Okay. A sadhu comes to his home and then he says, "Oh, Baba, why are you crying?" "Oh, Prabhu, my father has gone. He left." "Oh, no, no. I see that your father is there. He's there on the bed." "No, no, 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 no." Prabhupada gives this beautiful example. "No, no, 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 no. My father has left." "No, no, my dear child. I see that he's there on the bed." "No, he's gone." "That means who is gone? I see the body there. Who is gone?" "The soul." That means the person is engaged with the other person, the father, in this particular body. In this life, he is the father. But this person doesn't even know who that father is. No understanding. The person would never know who that father is. Please understand this. The person would never know. That means all through his life, all through his life and association with that particular person, he never know who that person is, and then he's associated with them. Now we think that she is our wife. We think that he's our husband. We think that he's our mother. He's our father. But do we have any understanding that this husband is somewhere, this wife is somewhere, all of a sudden there is a match and then they come together. Now who is coming? Who's combining them together? No idea. And then the husband will think that, oh, this is me. The wife will think that this is me. And then let us come together. Let us stay together. And then they're totally absorbed in that. That I am this, she is that. I have this kind of a body, she has that kind of a body. That's it. Simply stay with that. And then eventually this body will become weak. The other person's body will become weak and then they go apart. Now, when this person leaves, the other person is thinking, oh, and lamenting, oh, my husband is gone or my wife is gone. Well, what will happen to me? What will I do? And the husband is there only. But we would never realize that. We are thinking that we have a choice. But technically, we do not have a choice. We think that we can enjoy, but technically, we cannot enjoy. The process of thinking in separation of Krishna and the actions which we are doing is called as impersonalism. And that impersonalism is very dangerous because in the principle of impersonalism, we are the center, we are the controller, we are the maintainer. But Krishna is not Bhokta. That is why the moment we think that we are the controller, we are maintainer, if somebody chastises us, puts us down, we get bogged down, we get depressed out of it. Please understand why the heart is dejected and depressed. Why? Because I'm a manager. Everyone should hear what I say. Now I'm in a big position. There is a chance of firing me off because there is a big position. Because we think that we are that. That is also one of the reasons the deeper principles are not being taken because it is difficult to digest. because our state of consciousness is that. Now you go to the satsang, you did kirtan that day, you played nice harmonium, you chanted this tune, Hare Krishna, very nice tune, and everybody coming, shouted, "Oh, Mataji, Prabhuji, you did great, Prabhuji, Mataji, this, that, so many things." And then there's another Prabhu who comes and then he gives the class. Now, when we go home, whatever he has spoken in that class, that is never connected. But one thing we remember that Prabhuji told me, "Oh, you did great kirtan." That Mataji told me that you did great kirtan. Oh, you did great, Prabhu. Wow, wonderful. That we remember. This is the disease of impersonalism. We don't remember what we're supposed to remember, but we remember something else. Now, that doesn't mean that we shouldn't remember that person. No, if the person is really genuine in what he's saying, we should actually give it to our spiritual master. And then we should also appreciate that person. Oh, thank you, Prabhu. But we can tell, dear devotees, if he's speaking genuinely or not. We can tell because heart will react. If there is no genuinity, we just put our hands in our heart and heart, move forward. Because he's in a duplicitous state. And we don't want to judge that person also. We just move on. So it is very important, dear devotees. If our process is not taken right, that's why you see so many people come and then they leave the movement. Why? Because they think that they are doing it. They think that, for example, I'll give an example. When you first came to Krishna consciousness, you don't know anything about it. And then the moment we take association, we learn how to wear tilak, how to put chika, how to put dhoti, how to put Vaishnava dress, and how to learn the scriptures, how to study. All these things we learn. Okay. Then after a few months, an year or two, what happens is we get to know all those concepts now. Okay. We get to know all those concepts. And this thought will come into the heart. Oh, yes, 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 yes. Now I know everything. Should I hear? Or should I try to understand? No, because I know everything. You know what is that? That is another level of cheating in the mind, telling that we know everything. We need to tell the mind at that moment, if you know everything, then what are our actions? What are we doing? This is what we need to ask the mind. Then it will keep quiet. Because we do nothing. We do nothing. Because why familiarity will come, dear devotees? Because we never understand what surrender is. We never understand what the real process of Krishna consciousness is. We never understood what is devotion is. We never understood what is pure devotion is. We never understood what is the state of Anya Abhilashita. When these things are not understood, and we never understood who our spiritual master is, and we never established a relationship with him. What do you mean by established relationship? Relationship means following what he says as is. Just like a person after receiving the boarding pass, he directly goes to the boarding pass. He's not seeing anything else. Oh, let me check out there. Or let me check out that flight. Let me check out this flight. Oh, let me see. There's a beautiful girl there. There's a beautiful boy here. Let me talk to him. Let me talk to her. Take her number and then call her. He's not seeing all of these things because he has a very short time. He should go to the gate. That's it. His focus is that Vyavasayatmika buddhi reke hai Gurunand. He's not seeing anything else. And then he goes to the gate and then he boards the flight. Likewise, what is establishing relationship with the spiritual master is whatever they say, follow that as is. We should not use our brains. Our brains are dumb. They're dull. They do not have any substance or value because it is completely filled with sense gratification. That's why we feel offended. Oh, आपने आपने मुझे ऐसा बोलते हैं, you speak to me like that? No, you cannot speak to me like that. We get offended, we get dejected. I'm something, I'm there, I'm something. Or you say I'm nothing. No, no, I'm something. How come you say that I'm nothing? So that's how what happens is mind will slowly try to cheat us. And then keep us in it would keep us in the other plane. To keep us in the other plane. Now, through that familiarity, what happens is judgment comes. We start judging them. I start judging, oh, I know this person is not good. That's it. Gone. What is the first there? What is the state here? And one should here, see here. One should associate with and faithfully serve that pure devotee who is advanced in undeviated devotion service and whose heart is completely devoid of the propensity to criticize others. What is the state of neophyte? Criticizing others. That this is bad, that is bad, this is not there, that is not there, she is not good, he is not good. What are they doing? Trying to find faults in the other person. Because why? Because now he knows the process. Because he is there. Through the Kanishta Adhikaris, there is no benefit to this movement actually. There's no benefit. Yeah, he is not benefiting. He's not giving any benefit also. What is Kanishta? He gets initiated. He worships the deity, but he doesn't know how to deal with the devotees. He always tries to find faults. Doesn't know. That's why those devotees are kicked from the movement. Why? Because they're simply finding faults. It's a problem actually. Because why this is happening? Because he never understood what Krishna consciousness is. That's why Srila Prabhupada says never remain in that Kanishta Adhikari state. Just move forward. At least come to the state of Madhyama. Madhyama means Anukulyana Sankalpa Pratikulyasya Varjana. Accept everything which is favorable. Whatever spiritual master says, as is, accept as is. And whatever is not favorable to that, simply reject it. Brutally. One should be ruthless. Last week we discussed about this. One should be ruthless with our mind and consciousness. We should very ruthlessly reject it. Otherwise, our time is wasted, our energy is wasted, everything is wasted. This time, energy will not come back again. For example, yesterday, if I wasted 6 hours, that 6 hours will not come again. It's gone. It's gone from our life. It will not come again. Prabhupada slept only for 2 hours. Or Acharya slept only for 2, 3 hours. The entire time they were completely absorbed in that. Even that sleeping, that 2, 3 hours, that is also complete absorption in Krishna consciousness only. This is the aspiration we need to take. That's why we need to ask this question, what am I doing? Which direction I'm heading? These questions should be asked. Otherwise, realizations or reflections will not come. Actually, this is an interesting thing. Now, what do you mean by realization? I hear devotees telling, this is my realization. What is realization actually? Realization means whatever we are telling, that should be followed in our life in toto, and it should be continuous. Just like if you pour honey, do you see like honey like stopping in between, or like there are some breaks? No, it doesn't break like that. It flows continuously. The bonds are very strong. The atoms are very strong in the honey. They do not break. It continuously flows. Like if you pour with right angle, then it flows continuously. There's no break in between. When our consciousness is like that, that is called as realization. It should be continuous. For example, if I tell that one should be free from sense gratification, and if I'm engaging in sense gratification right after telling that, that is not realization. That is just knowledge transfer. That means I'm transferring what I hear, what I heard. I'm not actually following it. But when one follows that continuously, that reflections would deepen. That reflections, when they are deepened, then it becomes a realization. For example, a sadhaka who is telling, for example, a preacher who's actually telling, he should be absorbed so much in his consciousness that he shouldn't require anything else to tell that truth, because his absorption is different. I see it in the life of my spiritual master Shiksha, who is so much tuned up. 24 hours he'll speak, because he's just dealing with the devotees all through the community, just dealing with them. And then everyone has a question. Now the answer is what? He's not giving material answers. He's giving answers on a spiritual plane. That means he has to deal with them. He has to know their heart. He should understand who they are. He should understand what is their situation. He should understand why are they asking this question? What is the circumstance? Then he should understand what is your real problem. Then he understands that real problem. Then through the real problem, again, he will not give a material solution, but he'll give a spiritual solution. And if a person follows that, then he is out of it. As simple as that. This is a relationship actually. But the problem is, we see these personalities are just these personalities, but we do not take real association with them. What is taking real association? Real association means actually explaining our heart totally, be open with our heart totally, share our heart totally. We should find that kind of a person in our life. Otherwise, if that kind of a person is not there in our life, we don't know whether we are doing process, whether we are doing devotion service or not. Who is confirming us that what you are doing is right? Who is telling us that? No way we will hear that. Please understand this, dear devotee. If a person he comes and tells, is coming and telling us something, means how do we know that we have an assurance that we are practicing Krishna consciousness? Who is telling us? Who is telling us that? कौन बोल रहे हैं अपने को that you are doing, yes, you are doing Krishna consciousness? No. That's why we need to have that kind of association. Now, let me tell you something here. ईश्वरे तददिनेषु बालेषु द्वितेति च प्रेमा मैत्रा कृपापेक्षा यः करोति समध्यमः. This is Madhyamadikari state. What is that state? I'll tell. Madhyamadikari is a devotee who worships the Supreme Personality of Godhead as the highest object of love. That is the highest object. Okay. Makes friends with the Lord's devotees, is merciful to the ignorant, and avoid those who are envious by nature. Are we avoiding, dear devotees? Are we avoiding people who are envious? Are we merciful? No, because that state is not yet received. What do we mean by merciful? What does it mean? Merciful means understanding his situation and then being compassionate to him. That is a state of that, right? But we do not understand. See, nowadays we do not have time to even understand about the other person because we do not have that luxury because we are so much bounded or fixed up in our things. So these things seems to be little off track. Little off track means this seems to be too far. But what do? They actually proper says about this that please do proper analysis or assessment before making progress in an aspect of Krishna consciousness. What is it, analysis and assessment? If a person is really ignorant, we should tell them, no, no, please don't worry. This is not the right way. You do this. This is good for you. This is a relationship, right? But if a person is envious, we should stay away from him. These are the states. So likewise, this is a state of Madhyama, that he gets initiated. He takes the truth to the core of the heart, and then is compassionate to the living entities. And he doesn't take association people who are envious. But let me go one step back, where Prabhupada explains about Kanishta Adhikari. And he gives this beautiful example, which I always discuss, especially with my mother. So, what is this example? Is Prabhupada gives this example. So, a person is doing the arti, probably in a small center, and he's the only one who's doing the arti. There's nobody else. He's chanting, he's also doing the arti. And then there's a guest who came. There's a guest who came. He's just he's just praying, and then he wanted to request something, but there is nobody there to take that request. Okay. So this person on the altar is so absorbed in the process that he's doing arati to the deities. Okay. There are two states here to understand. First state is the person continues doing it. He's not worried who the other person is. He's just doing it. Just doing it. Okay. He's not worried who that person is, why he came, does he have any problem or any issue. He's not worried about, because there's no in the Kanishta state, there is no question of thinking about the other person. So he'll just continue worshipping. He has Brahman thread also, initiated, second initiated also. Hare Krishna. He's doing. He's not worried about the other person. This is state of Kanishta. This is what? This is a state of Kanishta. On the other person, on the other side, the same person who has some maturity, who understands the Shastras, who understand everything. He might not know the full details of it, but he has that faith and conviction. And he's convinced in his heart that the essence of the scriptures he understood. Then you know what he does? He immediately winds up that and then comes and attends this person. Because this person requires some help. He immediately winds up that. He immediately concludes that. And then he prays to the Lord, my dear Lord, I should quickly go and then serve this devotee. I know through this service you are happy. Yes, he has that feel. He has it. He's convinced. Oh, he's not thinking that, oh, Lord might send me to the hell if I do not complete my arti in time. Because he's worried about himself. What is this state? This is Kanishta. Kanishta is what? He's thinking about, oh, I'm gonna rot in the hell if I do not do the arti at this moment. Or if I stop this at this moment. That person requires you. He's in a problem. He's in a problematic state. A person requires you. Now, whoever immediately does that, he's matured. And that maturity comes through devotion. I remember one time, one of the devotee, there's a small going on, and then this devotee, he comes and tells. Somehow they chanted Narsinga prayer, but they stopped in between. And then this devotee immediately comes and tells, Prabhu, you shouldn't stop that Narsimha prayer in between. You know what kind of problem or troubles you'll get? And I started thinking, there might be some reason why they have stopped it in between. Even Lord Narsingadev knows that reason. And nobody really wants to stop it. There are some other reasons also. That means there are time, place, circumstances also. And due to that reason, it was stopped. Not that they want to stop. Even in this case, there was a reason to stop the arti. Not that he is without any reason he is not doing arti. That's not the thing. The thing which we are discussing here is an action, a reaction coming from an action. What is the action? The person came, he required some help. What is the reaction? To reciprocate. So putting everything aside, trying to go and help the devotee, and then after once you help that, you just continue what you're supposed to do. This is maturity. One cannot just go in one way. Oh, I should do this. Oh, only Krishna is Supreme Personality God. Rest everything. All Devi Devatas. I do not worship or respect them. I do not respect them. We don't have to worship them, but I do not respect them. That is Kanishta state. What is a Kanishta state? He is just respecting the Supreme Personality of God. He's not seeing his devotees, nor neither the Devi Devatas. He's not seeing anyone else. The simply focus is on that. Krishna. You see, Krishna will be happy with that. Krishna will think that when will this devotee be matured? One day he should be matured. Prema, Maitra, Karuna. When are these qualities will manifest in the heart? Adveshta Sarabhutana, Maitra, Karunyacha, Nirmamo, Nirahankara, Samadukar, Sukakshami. Advaishta. We should think about the other person. For example, if I glorify him, will he take it correctly? Do we know that will he take that glorification correctly? If we do not know, then we should be quiet. We don't have to glorify them like that. Very important. We should think about the other person also. Will he be puffed up with that glorification? Shouldn't. If he is, then we shouldn't. And then the other person who is actually receiving on the receiving end, he should never take it. He should never take it. That's why hearing is very important here. In which way we need to hear, how we need to accept, what we should do, how do we accept that glorification? The glorification should be given to whom, how that has to be taken. Everything has to be addressed. Then only we can sustain, we can sustain in the moment. Otherwise, sustenance is not there. That's why if you see, I always see this. Every 2 years, I see new set of devotees coming. But what to speak of the old devotees? Where did they went? They're gone. Every 3 years, new set of devotees will come. New set of the same congregation, the new set of devotees. Why? Because these devotees who came to the moment, they never understood what the moment is. Without understanding, they left. Because they're seeing through their perception. This is Kanishta Adhikari state. That means he's only for oh, Krishna is the Supreme Personality of God. Just I heard that, yes. Krishna, I give respect only to Krishna, nobody else. Everyone are fools and rascals. This is what they think in their heart. That's where they live. Because they think that, oh, I'll practice independently. I don't want anyone's association. I can chant Hare Krishna. I can stay at my home. And then they'll chant for a few months and then they'll stop. They'll say that, oh, I have done everything for this life. And then I'll go back home back to Godhead. What is this? I finished my business in this life. This is what happened when Srila Prabhupada, he saw a devotee leaving the movement, and he told, oh, Swamiji, you see, this devotee, he came to us and then now he is doing practicing independently. You know what? He's chanting 128 rounds every day. Prabhupada said, hmm. And then Swamiji, he's eating only once every day. Prabhupada said, hmm. Swamiji, he's doing more austerities. He's chanting 192 rounds also. Hmm. And then after a few days, Swamiji, he's not there anymore. You see, I told you, right? This is all impersonalism. What is this? This is all impersonalism. Not taking shelter of a bona fide acharya, not taking the shelter of a bona fide spiritual master, not hearing from our superiors. What is happening? What is happening? It's all impersonalism. And Prabhupada immediately said, you see, he's not following the teachings. I never told him to chant 128 rounds. I never told him to eat only once. But he is doing it all by himself. This is impersonalism. In impersonalism, there is no connection. The heart is not connected. There are problems in the heart. Actually, there are problems. We come to the moment because we have problems in the heart. Who goes to the hospital? People who are diseased, they go to the hospital. Who comes to the moment? People who are thinking that, अरे वो क्या है मेरा क्या हो रहा है? I'm not happy in my life. Let me try this. Let me see this. Krishna looks so beautiful. It's giving me some satisfaction. This chanting of Hare Krishna, okay, I think it's helping me. Let me take this more. Those kind of people, inquisitive people, they come because they realize that, Arey, I did so much, but there's no happiness here. And then the people who come through that inquisitiveness and then who stick to the moment, who stick to pure devotees, who hear from them, and then understand the truth, then what happens is slowly, they will also realize how to be happy. This is the greatest gift my spiritual master gave. Through his association, continuous association, everyday association. Through his continuous association, what is he giving is the conviction in the process to continue, the conviction to surrender, the conviction because he told us after surrender only devotion begins, Nila Govinda. He told us. Unless and until that platform is established, there's no progress, Baba. Doing independently doesn't help, dear devotees. Independent chanting, independent hearing, independent reading, independent services, independent everything will not help. Because Jiva is not independent. How can he do something which he is not? Can we do anything which we are not? No, we cannot do. We cannot be independent. We are always dependent. We pray for the mercy of the Acharya. We pray for the mercy of the spiritual master. We pray for the mercy of the Lord. My dear Lord, my dear Krishna, please help. I'm only coming to you because I really want to please your devotees. Because that is the only business for me. Because that is the only way of connection. One Manjari is asking the other Manjari, can you go and bring this? The lordships are coming so that we can serve them. Radha and Krishna are coming. And that's how they are connected through that service. Pranipatena pariprashana seva. That seva is unlimited, continuous, continuous. I had a bad dream last night. I was thinking so much about it. Arey, That means if the consciousness is not right, then only you will see those bad dreams. Because I was just thinking, yes, my consciousness is not right. I'm not taking the truth of my spiritual master core to the heart. That's why these bad dreams are coming. The dreams to enjoy this material world. Finding ways and means, mind will go so many places and then it will try to enjoy. It means the mind didn't understand what is the real essence. What is the reason for that? Because their consciousness is not good. Consciousness is not clean. Because if the clean consciousness, clean thoughts will come. Bad consciousness, bad thoughts will come. Hare Krishna. Should profusely repent. Please, my dear Lord, please help. Even the thoughts should be pure. Even the dreams, whatever it comes, it should be pure. That we are not dependent. Now, on one side, we can say that, oh, dreams are there not in our hands. No, they are also in our hands. Because if our mentality is completely to please Guru, Sadhu, Shastra, if our full focus is that, then the dreams will also be that. The dreams will no longer be dreams. They will be fact. Because how is it coming? It is coming through the subtle body. The gross body is not active, but the subtle body is active. The mind, intelligence, and ego, they're active. Even while we are sleeping, they're active. Now, they might take rest, but they can also react. The reaction is just these dreams which come into our consciousness. Very important. If the reaction is not congenial, then we need to understand there is some problem. Kuch to hai, we need to try to solve it. We need to come out of it. So, devotee, immediately we should understand, we should realize that no, this is not right, we should move forward. I remember the pure devotee told many years back, it's a great soul. He told, if you are troubled with lust, please chant Lord Gauranga's name. Lord Nityananda, I'm sorry. He said, chant Nityananda's names. Loudly, if you cannot chant loudly, chant loudly in the heart. And he said, the moment you chant that, the lustful propensities will go away. Very important. I tried many times and then it works. They do not stay. Because what are we doing? We are taking shelter. This is not impersonalism, this is personalism. What is personalism? Taking the shelter of whatever our acharyas are telling. Taking the shelter of whatever pure devotees are telling us. If they say that do not find faults, do not find fault. That's it. Because I'm doing it to please him. Not my benefit. That if I do not see faults, then I'll progress in Krishna consciousness. No, that is not. So devotee is telling, oh, let us pray to Haridas Thakur Maharaj so that we can chant Hare Krishna nicely. That I should not come. How we should pray is, Haridas Thakur Maharaj, you given so much. Let me chant for you. Let me chant for your happiness. This is devotion. This is personalism. What is impersonalism? Oh, I should become pro. I should make pro. I should go back to Godhead. I should move. I should do this. I should do that. This. We should break this I. Should break the I. We are trying so much with I. Do we see any progress? No. One should break the I, and then we say, I will do it for you. Prabhupada, I want to chant for you. My spiritual master, I want to chant for you. Krishna, I want to chant for you. Everyone is coming to you and then telling, Give me this, give me that, give me that. They. No, no, I am not asking for they. I want to give. I want to chant one time. Hare Krishna. One time I'll chant for you. Or one shloka I will read for your happiness, for your pleasure. This is personalism. Doing it for them. It looks simple, but it is not simple. Because we always sing, मेरा क्या होगा उसमें? What is there for me? This is fruitive. That's why the karma kanda is always troubling. Is always troubling in our heart. Even though after coming to Krishna consciousness, the karma kanda principles are still there in the heart. Why? Because this karma kanda is only troubling, telling us, oh, when will I go to the spiritual world? Will I go to the spiritual world in this life? I. Are if you do pure devotions, always acharyas are assuring us they will take us on back to Godhead. Actually, they are more worried taking us on back to Godhead. But we, out of the ignorance, we think that no, 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 I should do, I should go, I should go. No. We should think about how we can serve them. We should think about what else can I do? How do I develop this consciousness? How do I develop this anukulina sankalpa pratikula savarjana? How do I come to the plane rakshasiti iti vishwase? That means Krishna is protecting me at every moment. How do I come to this state? Rather than thinking about this, we think about going home back to Godhead. क्या करेंगे उधर जाने के बाद if the consciousness is not right? You're still finding faults, if you're still seeing mistakes, what do we do after going there? If you are bogged down, thinking that oh this person, she's my father, or he's my mother, or she's my mother-in-law, or she's my father-in-law. This person is troubling, that person is troubling, this person is troubling, this is happening, that is happening, this problem, that problem. Oh, we're thinking so many problems on top of the head. Then we how can we how can we think about this? We cannot think about this. That means we still take material solutions, not the spiritual solutions. And this world is designed like that. If this problem is gone, some other problem will come. Problems are there. Diseases are there here. That's why the hospitals they make so much money. Why these diseases are there? The doctors are they're in high demand. Why? Because diseases are there that cannot be replaced. But the consciousness can be changed. Even I am diseased. Even we are diseased, the consciousness can be changed. We should pray. This body is like that only. Supposed to give problems. My dear Lord, please help. Dear spiritual master, please help. Really wanted to understand this. Come out of this bodily conception. And I don't want to leave the bodies in that hospital's tormentor place. Remember a few days back I sent that message in Telugu. It's a beautiful message actually. I don't know how many of you have read it. It's a very beautiful message. That Mataji, she's in her 74 or so, she's a doctor. And that Mataji, she's telling about what? She's telling that I came naturally into this world and I will leave naturally from this world. When my body is not suitable of accepting any of those medicines, just keep me aside. Just do not take me to those places. Just keep me aside so that naturally I will leave the body. You see a monkey? Have you seen a dead monkey anywhere? Have you seen anyone? We don't see a dead monkeys. You know, when monkey is supposed to die, it knows that it will die. So it will isolate himself or herself. Then it will go to an isolated place and then it will leave the body there. I always think that after all this technological advancement, We become worse than monkeys. Anyhow, this body has to be left. That only one will realize only when he comes to Krishna consciousness and then he takes right association. Otherwise, he will never realize. Then what happens? Then that Mataji is telling, she's not a devotee also, but she's a doctor. She has seen so many. She's been there since so many. She practiced, I don't know, she's already 70 and she would have served like for 40, 50 years. Then that person is telling, please keep me alone. Do not put all those pipes, this, that, so many things. Anyhow, I will leave. Don't try to extend my life any further because this body is not congenial to that. Please leave me aside. Please leave aside. That's how Srila Prabhupada also left his body because he knows everything. He knows the essence of it. And even when he was about to leave his body, he was speaking Bhagavatam. Karanam guna sangasya sata sajjamyo. He speaks this beautiful. And then he explains how coming to the plane of goodness is so important in one's life. But through our worry, through our, oh, kya hoga, through our problems, we think that I should go, I should stay for some more time. So for that, I need to go to the hospital and then put this pipe, that pipe, here, there, so many other things. We should be brave. Rakshasiti iti vishvaso. My spiritual master and Krishna, they'll protect me. This bravery should come in the consciousness. This only happens if you are personal. If you are impersonal, fear will come. Oh, kya hoga, kya hoga, kya hoga, kya hoga. Because we do not have a foundation. When there is no foundation, then there is no scope. Then there, for example, if the house is built without any foundation, will it sustain? It will fall within few years. There is no foundation. Likewise, if there is no shelter of Guru and Krishna in our life, then what happens? Then this will break. Because why? The fear is coming. Insecurities will come in the heart. क्या होगा? Job छोड़े तो क्या होगा? What will happen? Oh, it's a problem. So many problems. Fear factor will come. But if you have a shelter, oh, this is the greatest blessing. Let me serve, let me serve, let me serve. Aspire for that. But this entire world is showing us in this way only. Without money, there is no existence. That is what is training us. That is what we train our children also. We also tell them run, 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 rat race, rat race. I'll share that rat race video one day in the group. It's a beautiful video. The rat is running for finding some happiness in this world. It's a beautiful video. It's not a devotee who made it, but he made it perfectly. It's a perfect example in this world. I'll share that. Very important, dear devotees. That is why Prabhupada life is, even his leaving the body is also a greatest lesson for us. He's showing us how to leave the body. Acharya, yajyadadarajasya tattate vedarajanaha. Through their life, they show us how to be. I remember my spiritual master always tells, I don't want to leave my body in that hospital. I want to live in the midst of devotees. Or my, even he always says that my death should also give a clarity that the death should inspire other person. That's what he says. It's great. Great. Correct. He doesn't have aspirations of going back home, back to world. He has aspiration to serve the acharyas again and again. दर्शन पवित्र करो ये तुम्हारा गुना. Those are the qualities. प्रति जन्म करे आशा चरण राधुले नरोत्तमा करो दया अपनार बोली. In the footsteps of these acharyas, Mahajanayana Gata Sapanta. I remember my spiritual master, that is his aspiration to come and again, and then serve the mission of Srila Prabhupada. Because if everyone is going to the spiritual world, who will do service here? This is personalism. It's very deep. In personalism, we see if you're deeply absorbed in that, then the compassion will come from the heart. That is natural compassion. And that natural compassion is what Srila Prabhupada is mentioning here. Prema maitra kripopeksha ya karoti samadhyamaha. Then he comes to the state of madhyama. I remember many years back, my spiritual master told him when I met him, he told, you should come to this place. Very important. Otherwise, it is only through their prayers and mercy and blessings we come to that state. Then it has been said, right? The object of love, make friends with Lord devotees and is merciful. Making friends with Lord devotees is what? This is relationship. At every step we see relationship. At every moment, at every line we see that. Make friends with Lord's devotees. What is this? Is binding factor. And then merciful to the ignorant. That manifests in the heart. And simply avoid the people who are envious. But Uttama Adhikari, what is that? He is more advanced. What is he doing? He embraces envious people also. But what happens is this Kanishta, he wants to become Uttama. That's why he imitates that. That will not work in the heart. Because to Kanishta, the false ego, he thinks that he's Uttama. That's why he will never listen to anyone. He says, I know everything. You don't know. So that is Kanishta. He says, I will do in my own way. I don't hear the spiritual master. Who is he? He's a fig. I don't hear him. I'll do my own thing. I have my own propaganda. I know what surrender is. I will do my own surrender. I'm surrendered. See, I'm Dikshit also. I'm initiated also. It is that useless. If a person doesn't hear the instructions of the spiritual master, he is useless actually. No use, no benefit. But he thinks that he is Uttama. Hare Krishna. Because superficially he's trying to explore himself. That I'm equal to everyone. I like everyone. But in the heart, there is no surrender. Kuch nahi hai heart mein. Externally telling. This is duplicitous. This is the another symptom of impersonalism. There is no importance to the person. Just doing it for doing. Oh, Diksha. Oh, my guru will take all my karma. Because I will become devotee. This is another impersonalism. It's a problem actually. Why is a machine? Guru is a machine to take all of that. We think he's a machine. Actually, one should cry. What qualification we have? What qualification we have to hear? We have Shiksha Guru, Diksha Guru. What qualification we have to take their association? No qualification. I always see like that only. Because what can we do to them? Even millions of lifetimes we serve them, we cannot repay to what they gave us. Not one life, millions of lifetimes. You see, when Srimati Radharani and the Gopikas, when they're serving the Lord wants to serve them. And then they serve him, and then the Lord wants to serve them again. It's a continuous process, continuous, pure reciprocations. Pure, because they are free from all these things. Lust, greed, anger, envy, falsehood of devotees do not have them in the spiritual world. When Gopikas are singing for the pleasure of Radha and Krishna, a bumblebee comes, bzzz in between. And then they all stop singing. Everyone is pin drop silence because a bumblebee came. Bumblebee is singing. Now is the time of bumblebee to sing. When everybody were happy. Oh, they're not thinking that, oh, why this bumblebee came? Because I was singing. There's no false ego. There's no false platform in the spiritual world. If these propensities are not removed here, then what do we do after going there? Cannot do anything. We will not be happy in our heart. Hare Krishna. So these things have to be addressed. Addressed continuously. Our heart has so many things to be addressed. It's very important. And then the more we hear, the more we have absorbed, the more we take this truth to the heart, then we make immense progress. Archayam eva hare pujyam ya shraddhaye hata natad bhaktesu chanyeshu savakta prakrita smitaha. What is this person? A person who is very faithfully engaged in the worship of the deity in the temple does not know how to behave with devotees or people in general. Is called as a prakrita bhakta or kanishta adhikar. I always think why adhikar is given at the end, even for kanishta. Why adhikar? Because he's worshipping the Lord. Even though his attitude is not right, he's worshipping the Lord. That is why adhikari has been given at the end. Very important. Hare Krishna. So I'd like to stop here. But before I stop, I want to read this one thing. And then we'll see if anyone has any questions. This is a way to cultivate devotional service properly. Therefore, in this verse, Srila Rupa Goswami Pad has advised us how to treat various devotees. We can see from practical experience that there are different types of Vaishnavas. The Prakrita Sahajiyas generally chant Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, yet they are attached to women, money, and intoxication. Prakrita Sahajiyas. No, this Prakrita Sahajiya doesn't mean that they are outside the moment. They are there in our consciousness also. Because if we chant Hare Krishna and then attach to the opposite sex, then that means we are in that state only. That means we are still in the Kanishta state. We are attached to the money, we are in the Kanishta state. Although such persons may chant the holy names of the Lord, they are not yet properly purified. So a lot of purification is required. More. Process has to be taken more. Such people should be respected within one's mind. Should respect him in the mind and then move forward. But their association should be avoided. It's because if we take the association, we will also be running behind money and women and wealth. Because that association should not be taken. And on the other side, those who are innocent but simply carried away by bad association should be shown favor if they are eager to receive proper instructions. The person who leaves the movement by taking bad association, but again, innocent people who leave the movement by taking bad association, but if they are eager, then we need to eager to receive from pure devotees. But those neophyte devotees who are actually initiated by the bona fide spiritual master and are seriously engaged in carrying out the orders of the spiritual master should be offered respectful obeisances. That means if a person who leaves the movement is an innocent person, but if he is eager to hear from the spiritual master, then he should be invited. So that through that hearing process, what happens is slowly, his anarthas will be taken away. And then the person who's initiated by the spiritual master, who is offering, who is respecting the deities, who is worshipping the deities, but the qualities are not yet established. That means he's still at the Kanishta state. What we should do? We should respect him. These are all the things. This is actually, this is jewel actually. This is diamond. So many diamonds. If we are little eager, little in Sattva Guna, then we will see the presence of the Lord actually. There's a Paramatma sitting in the heart, he will reveal. We can see his presence and we will never deviate from the process. Hare Krishna. I'd like to stop here. Anyone has any questions? Like to add anything?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, please accept my humble obeisance. Prabhuji, thank you so very much. Lot of points, Prabhuji. Thank you so very much. Have to view back the recorded video to clean the heart. Prabhuji, with your permission, one question.
Please.
So we should avoid. I should avoid the association of a envious person or a devotee. So, but then, how do I know that at the same time I should not look faults in others like they are envious or so forth. So, how do I know? First of all, how do I know that they are envious? If I should not judge the quality in them as they are having envious. At the same time, for me also, if somebody is, if I'm behaving envious, I don't know. First of all, that I'm being envious. I just behave the way, but for others, how would they know and avoid my association? I hope my question. Sorry for the confusion.
Actually, enviousness so basically we're not judging here, but rather it's a clear indication what is envy. If a person comes and tells that you know what this person is really bad. He does this, he does that. These are the things which he is doing. These are the things which he is telling. Uh, we shouldn't associate with him, or we shouldn't do that. We shouldn't hear from him, or we shouldn't do this. We shouldn't take his association. We shouldn't do that, do this. So many things. This is envy. It's a clear indication. It's an envy, right? For example, if it is really a problem, if it is really a problem, then we need to tell the authorities. The authorities are not hearing, that is another thing. So, if a person is continuously telling like that, then we should avoid that association. We are not judging them. And we are not going and then finding, oh, who is envious, who is envious. No, we are not even doing that. If that problem is affecting us, and again, we need to understand if somebody is telling some problems to us, that means Krishna is showing us that we are also doing that. That's why he is giving us the same thing. For example, if I am finding faults, for example, let's say if I'm finding faults with Vamshulas Prabhu, just an example. If I'm finding faults with him, okay, not no, do not take. Okay, not this. Let me take another example. There's a person A, person B. Person A is trying to find faults with person B. Okay. And then how is he trying to find faults with person B? He will not go and tell person B. Person A will go and tell person C. You know what? Person B is like this. And then that person C also has little enmity towards person B. So person A, person C will become friends. Please understand this nicely. This is how it works. Person A, person C will become friends. Because why? They have a commonality. What is that commonality? Enviousness towards person B. That means whenever person A, person C will come and meet, they become they become friends because they're speaking ill about person B. Because that's a common point. Because both get happiness through that. Okay. Now to the point which I said. Now person C is hearing from person A because person C also has that in his heart. Because he has that nature. But let's say if the person C doesn't have that. And then he immediately tells person, Prabhu, you should not tell about him with me like that. I know him, he's a good person. If you want to continue, don't tell me those things. We should be clear, open heart, and then move forward. That's what we should do. But if we are kind of eager to hear, to know about that, the other person, that is where the problem is. And this doesn't come now. After 10 years of practice in Krishna consciousness, it will come. Because at that time we are settled na, in the moment. That means now I can hear everything. Now I know everything. Through that complacent state, that's okay. One word here and there, what's the problem I can hear? No, should never. Actually, 10 years if you're staying means you will not find those kind of devotees. So either we will leave the moment or they will leave the moment. If sticking to the moment for 10 years means there's two things. Either if one sticks to the moment for 10 years, there's two things. Either he's not completely with the devotees, which is most of the case. They will not stay with the devotees. The second case is he understood the essence. And then is continuing to remain in the association of devotees and then practicing it. Then only he can stay for 10 years. Otherwise, we cannot stay in the moment for a longer period of time. So that is an important aspect. And coming back to the aspect which we are supposed to discuss is if a person is coming and telling me means you need to understand Krishna is showing me that I spoke this to somebody else. Then he's showing me to correct myself. That he's telling me, come out of this. I'm giving you an opportunity. Come out of this. The other person is offending you. Just come out of this. I'm giving you this chance. Actually, the person who is offending us also, he doesn't even know who we are. No, he is thinking that I am this female body, or he is thinking that I am this male body. So even his cursing is also in this bodily plane. It's not because they don't know what is pure. That means whatever he's doing, whatever he's telling me, or the chastisement which I'm receiving, that also has no value or no existence. Then if the thing doesn't have any value or existence, then why worry? Why are we worried so much that this person has told me that words, that person has, I remember. Mataji, this happens in the life of Matajis. They tell 8 years back you told me that. अरे 8 years बहुत साल पुराना है वो. No, 8 years back your father told me like this, your mother told me like this, and you also told me like that. That's 8 years back. The wife is complaining to the husband like this. 8 years back your father, your mother, and you also agreed to that. That means you don't give me importance. अरे 8 साल पुराना है वो. The husband doesn't even remember that. But wife remembers that. Why? Because she's taking that as greatest thing. Thank you, Prabhu. Ramayapuram Prabhu. Hare Krishna. So it's the greatest thing. It's the greatest thing because she is thinking that is the absolute truth. That is Bhagavad Gita. That is what she is thinking. That is Bhagavad Gita. That is Bhagavatam. Hare Krishna. That means even illusion can keep us in a permanent state. What is a permanent state? Permanent illusion. Arey, 8 years is too long. That means you're speculating all these years about that. That means whenever you see me or whenever you see my parents, you're remembering that. That's a problem for you. That means you're troubled so much in your heart. You should have told me at that moment itself. Waiting 8 years for that. And there's another reason for that also. Because she didn't have that strength to tell at that time. Now she got that strength. But that strength is actually keeping us in a problematic state. That's why I always tell if any issues, any concerns, please tell right away. Please tell right away. Do not wait. Do not wait. So, coming to our thing, we are not here to figure out whether this person is envious, that person is envious. No, we are not doing that. The nature is revealed to us. Why? How are we reacting to that nature? For example, if a person is reacting us in an envious way, then we have an option. Or how do I take it? Because the way how we are taking it, that is our progress. If you are taking it positively and then moving forward, not taking as association, then that is correct. That is what Rupa Goswami wanted us to do. Srila Prabhupada wanted us to confirm. Just avoid that association. Now you came to know. Just avoid that. But not everyone will be like that. Slowly but steadily, this is what we need to ask. We are not here to judge anyone, but if anything is coming to us, then we need to understand in which way to react. Then we need to know what to do and how to do. That means we are protected through that and we move forward from that. Am I making sense, Amma? Is it?
Yes, Prabhuji, definitely. Definitely.
Did that
Uh,
answer your question?
Definitely, Prabhuji. So if the um, heart indicates that this is envious nature coming from the other person or me being envious to others, then it's not like I have to judge and um, I have to reduce the association until I just have to proceed with rather than again thinking and then informing about him or her to others. That's dangerous. That shouldn't be done. Thank you, Prabhuji. If is that my understanding correct, Prabhuji? Yeah.
Yes, that's what we should do. We should not dwell in that. Rather, we should just move forward.
Mm.
Because there are so many other things to dwell.
Mm.
Guru Sadhu Shastra, those are the things which we need to dwell. These things.
Okay.
It's a diseased.
Yeah.
Yes,
At the same time, I should remember that the situation is coming to me because I have done that in the past. So I
correct.
have to realize and
Correct. Krishna is mercifully helping me to come out of that.
got it. Thank you so much.
He's helping. He's giving me that opportunity, and then through that, he's helping me. And we jump in the heart and then try to immediately come out of it. Hare Krishna. Anyone else?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dhanavad Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Prabhuji,
Hare Krishna Ma.
this class immensely helped Prabhuji me. Now I understand and then differentiate between personalism and impersonalism. And never ever I would think of being independent, never ever, always under the Guru, always under the shelter of Guru. Whatever I'll do, because I'm a very tiny, insignificant creature. And with Krishna's mercy, Guru's mercy, I got this human life. So, Prabhuji, that's why every day, that's my takeaway, that every day I would practice from the morning to the night until I go to bed, like always saying that whatever I'm doing under the shelter of Guru and Krishna. Nothing I, there is no I in my life. So I will keep practicing that, and that way this it will come if get the mercy of Guru and Lord Prabhuji. That's I have to practice, Prabhu. It's like saying that all the time, because it's very hard. As you said that it's easy to say, but it's hard. So that's what practicing saying that thing will help, right, Prabhuji? In front of deities, in front of all the
We should
time.
have that. We should have that aspirations always. Otherwise, the mind is greatest cheater. It will cheat us so much. Because one devotee might tell us, "Oh, Mataji, you are doing great now. You're coming every day." That's it. Next day we'll stop coming. Because we are taking it to ourselves. The moment we take it to ourselves, I've seen myself so many times. The moment I take it to myself, I will never be able to do that later. That was a struggle in the earlier days of my Krishna consciousness until I met my spiritual master. Because it was very difficult. Because I was doing so many services, but people would glorify, would appreciate. I couldn't get how to take it. How I wouldn't know how to take it. And then the moment we begin doing it for those appreciations, that is our downfall. That's why that's why I request dear devotees, please do not appreciate. Because if you really want to appreciate them in the heart.
Prabhuji,
Even Rupa Goswami is also confirming here. Please, because the other person will be affected through that superficial appreciations. Because those appreciations do not come from the heart. Here it is being said, right? A person who is very faithfully engaged in worship of deity, but who does not know how to behave towards people in general, is called as a Prakrita Bhakta or Kanishta. And then that Kanishta should be respected in the heart. That's what it says here. One should associate with him and faithfully serve that pure devotee who is advanced. So one should so if you really want to give some appreciation, yeah, I mean, you can give, but it should not be, whenever you see him, you kind of appreciate or whatever it is. So that is not good actually. That is not helping us. That is not helping the other person also. Yes, Mata, you're saying something.
Prabhuji, I have a question, but I heard that glorifying devotees are important, and in our congregation also always glorifying devotees happens. So that
Correct.
means I should not appreciate, means like if someone does very nice service from my heart, if I can just tell her
Yes.
or him that you did a very good job, please pray for me so that I can also do the service attitude like what you have, because service attitude is very important, Prabhu. Because we are saying in like, okay, service, but when someone assigned for a service, it's like truly if someone wants to do it, it's like hard to find a person like who wants to do service. Like it's attitude is very important, I feel like. So Prabhuji, can you please enlighten on that part, please?
So you're saying, uh, let me rephrase what you said. So you're saying that appreciating a devotee genuinely, is that correct or not, right?
Yeah, that's my first question. Maybe I mixed up the other part, but yeah, this is my main question.
So if we really appreciate it from the heart, then that has to be done. See, from anything which is coming from the heart, but again we need to see. So I always get little worried. I generally do appreciations, but But the problem is, if I do more appreciations, then there's a problem because the other person has a chance. Because why I think in that way is because I mean, you don't have to think like that, because if they take that appreciations on a personal level, then they will lose the moment. Then they will lose. Then they will. Then they will not be able to take it more sincerely, because if they are taking it to themselves, that's where the problem is. So because I always worried about, because I do appreciate, but and then again I think, whether this appreciation is helping him or not. So we should check that small thing. What is that small thing is, yes, definitely we are appreciating, but we should also see whether he's taking it in right way or not. For example, next time he's also expecting more and more appreciation. That means he never took it in a correct way. We need to understand. That's why it becomes little problematic when we do not see. Both devotees should be in that mode, Amma. That is what I'm trying to tell. That devotee should also appreciate. Both should have that loving relationships. In loving relationships, don't we see appreciations? For example, between husband and wife, if they have good relationship, don't they appreciate each other? They appreciate each other. And among the devotees, if both have the same state of consciousness, don't they appreciate each other? Yes, they appreciate. But that shouldn't become superficial. That is my concern.
Yes, Prabhu. Yeah.
The appreciations do become superficial. Lip talking. I don't like that. That lip talking will not help. It's not helping anyone. Real appreciation should be genuine. It should come from the heart. When we appreciate the other person, it will impact him. That is real appreciation. When Srila Prabhupada, he appreciated the devotees, and then he said, "You are not even having proper clothes. Please," he tells the temple person, "please give them proper clothes so that they have proper clothes for winter attire." He appreciated, and then that devotee, she remembers even today that appreciation, that one appreciation. That means, what is that appreciation? Genuine. Not that every day we repeat the same thing. No. Genuine. Genuine appreciation should come from the heart. That's why if people are not there in a position to accept in that way, then we shouldn't. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes, Prabhuji. Yes. Yeah, it's clear to me now. Yes. Thank you, Prabhuji. Today's class really helpful for me. Very helpful.
It should be. I remember when I began writing gratitude letter to my spiritual master, I always see my heart. Am I feeling like, why am I writing this? Or am I feeling like, should I do this or not? Or when I speak sometime, so at times I feel that I'm dragging. Then I immediately stop because somehow heart is not reciprocating. Should stop. At times I feel dragged. Then I immediately stop. So that means what we should do, we should always check our heart. So if the heart is not responding in correct way, means kuch problem hai. We need to fix that first before moving forward. This is the process of Krishna consciousness is a heart science. We should check our heart. And when I first came, I used to appreciate also like this, left and right. But later on, I understood. Oh, it should be genuine. It should help the other person. Our appreciation should also help that person. Just as Srila Prabhupada appreciation helped that Mataji. Even today she's practicing Krishna consciousness because she received that appreciation from Srila Prabhupada. that deep should be appreciations. It should be genuine. For example, if a person is not getting up in the morning, if you are telling that, oh, Prabhu, you're getting up in the morning, what is that? Is that correct? That's not correct. What are we doing? That's not right. Do we know? Really know? Do we really know what we are saying? If we don't know, just be quiet. We shouldn't boast. Appreciation is not boasting. Appreciation is with genuinity. Even in that appreciation, we need to add Guru and Krishna. We shouldn't appreciate independently. This is what happens actually. I've seen so many times. Appreciation happens independent of Guru and Krishna. We should add Guru and Krishna. Oh, because of the glories of your spiritual master, because of the Prabhupada mercy, you are doing this. We should add them. Why? We do not add them. That means the appreciation is impersonal. It's not personal. Appreciation should be personal. How is that personal? We should add them. सबको लेके आना है उसमें. So that is our family. सबको लेके आना. Very important. Very, very important. Because what is impersonalism? Impersonalism means forgetting our acharyas, forgetting our spiritual master. What do we mean by lack of gratitude? Lack of gratitude means do not remember them. We just keep him aside. Just like a fig, just keep him aside. Lack of gratitude is that. Lack of gratitude is a sign of impersonalism. It's very important. Today's conversation is very important for us actually. I'm also checking my heart. It's important. Am I pleasing my spiritual master? Am I pleasing Srila Prabhupada? Am I pleasing them? Am I pleasing all of these personalities? Am I really aspiring to serve again and again? We should check our heart, check our heart, check our heart. This is what we should do. One service, one Nam, Hare Krishna, Krishna. We don't have to go anywhere, dear devotees. Stay where you are. Sthane Sitigata. Brahmaji said, Sthane Sitigata. You don't have to run for this place, that place, do this, do that. So many things. No. Sthane Sitigata. Stay where you are and then practice. And then one little service which you receive, do it with full conviction. Let me please this. Let me please that. This will make progress in our heart. This will give progress in our heart. And then why surrender will not come? Why? It will come. They will be free from these materialistic propensities. Sex life, money, this, that, so many nonsense of this world. There's no existence to that, dear devotees. There's no happiness also in it. Bah. Next week is my last week at office. I'm so happy for this. I'm very joyful. I'm thinking that I need to go out and then loudly cry out this. Shout out loudly that, yeah, no longer part of this. Thank you, my dear Lord, for this opportunity. I'm so happy, dear devotees. Very, very happy. It's all through personalism. It's all through one person making this in my heart, in my life. It's through that one person. If my Shiksha Guru was not there in my life, I would have left the moment, by this time, for sure. Because I was doing all impersonal way. My way is highway. Kanishta state, which Prabhupada is mentioning. That is what I was. Just doing. But since last 6, 7, 8, 7 years, been protected. Because he came into the life. After him only surrender came. Because they come first, then the things will manifest later. But the thing is, all we need to do is we need to aspire to take the truth in that way, in whatever way they are telling us. And then when we do it, when we apply it, then you also will see the results. Then you will see that, oh, without personalism, there is no devotion. Then you will realize that. It's a fact. You'll realize. Simply we need to just say what they are doing. Just do it. Kim Kara. Kim Kara means what? Just do it. This is what they said. This is what they are telling. I'm doing. That's it. Then Rakshasiti Ichvishwas will come. Krishna's presence we will see. Krishna is there in our heart. Who said he's not there? Who said we are alone? A lot of people will tell, oh, you're not with your family, you're alone. No, who said I'm alone? I'm with everyone. I'm with all the Guru Parampara. I'm with Krishna also. Everyone is there. Who said I'm alone? No, I'm not alone. I'm there with them. We are not alone, dear devotees. If we develop more personalism, we are always with them. Continuously we are with them. And this is what's going to happen at the time of death also. Because at the death, we are alone. We are really alone at the time of death. But whatever consciousness we cultivated all through the life, that we will remember. Not all the activities which we did, but the consciousness which we developed, we will remember that. Because activities we will forget. We will do, because we are doing it for ourselves, we will forget it after that. But when we are doing it for them, that is when we will remember. We will remember, but we will not tell externally. Because we don't want to boast ourselves. That's why at times if I tell about myself, I'm boasting only, please excuse me. I don't want to tell, but sometimes it comes out. It comes out. Which is not in my control. So, uh, thank you. Thank you very much. I think somebody raised their hand.
Yes, Prabhu. I raise my hand.
Yes. Yes, Deepali Amma, please tell.
So, Prabhu, I mean, I don't certainly have the consciousness to take appreciations in a good way. Sometimes, so sometimes if I see someone is appreciating, I don't inside I'm like, please don't do that to me. Maybe I should run away from here. So, yeah. Practically, how should we react to it?
At that time, we should remember our spiritual master. At that time, we should remember Srila Prabhupada. At that time, we should remember Krishna and then give it to them. As simple as that. Take it, give it to them.
Yes, Prabhu.
And then when we appreciate other one, we should do it genuinely. Because other person's appreciation, whether it is genuine or not, we cannot calculate. But we can do genuinely. We can appreciate genuinely. What is bhakti? Bhakti means appreciation. Bhakti means glorification. What is gratitude? Is appreciation, is a way of appreciating. What is expression? What is a good expression? That is absolute appreciation. But when we hear ill about ourselves, that also we should not take. Please understand, dear devotees, that also we should not take. Ill about the other person. When the other person is putting us down, why we are not that? They are telling this body only. They're not telling me. They're only telling this body. It's only on the bodily plane. So we should never take that also. Appreciations also we should not take. Rejections also we should not take. Actually, in the conditioned state, what happens is we take appreciations, we take rejections also. When the appreciations are there, pride increases. When we accept the appreciation, pride increases. When the rejections are accepted, then what happens? Depression increases. Dejection increases in our heart. We get depressed. Because I'm good person, why are they telling like that? Mind will tell us, it will begin like that only. So what we need to do, appreciation, we should accept and then give it to our spiritual master. Rejections we should not accept. Should simply ignore. Now, how and when the ignorance, how can we ignore that? When we are fixed up in the truth, when we are taking the association nicely, when we are hearing, when we are again hearing, and when we are chanting our rounds. Dear devotees, greatest medicine is hearing and chanting, dear devotees. There is no medicine other than this. Because in this Kali Yuga, we cannot do tapasya. Please understand. Tapasya we cannot do. We cannot do austerities. Cannot do any of those things. The only thing which we can do, ears are very open. That's why we can't even close the ears. We can close our eyes. We can close our eyes like this, but I can't close my ears. That's the blessing and mercy for us. So what we need to do? Krishna Katamrita, it should go into our consciousness more and more. When the Krishna Katamrita, when the glories of the Acharyas, the glories of the spiritual master, they go into our consciousness, then what happens, Amma? Then we will simply ignore the other person who is envious towards us and is trying to put us down. We will simply stay away from them. Simply ignore that. Just like a wife ignoring the husband because wife has another relationship, extramarital relationship with another person. What she does? She ignores. She stays at this home, but she ignores the husband. Doesn't she? Because her perception is somewhere else. So that is possible in this world. We see so many people doing that on a bad way. Why can't we do that in a Krishna conscious way? Prabhupada is telling, just ignore. We should just ignore them. We should tell our mind, oh mind, just ignore because my spiritual master told me to ignore, I will ignore. Prabhupada told me to ignore, I'll ignore. That's it. We are immediately out of it. It doesn't require thousands of years of tapasya to get this state. Immediately we'll get it. Immediately we are out of it. Then if somebody is appreciating, always, that is why we need, this is personal process. Krishna consciousness is not an impersonal process. It's a personal process. We should remember our superior. We should remember our spiritual masters. And then we should immediately give it to them. That's what I do. Whatever I do, I'm telling here. That is preaching actually. Whatever you do, whatever I do, I'm telling. And this works. Because this is what I heard from my spiritual master. That's what he did in his life. He's very happy. And then whoever are hearing from him, we are all very happy. We're very, very happy. We have no complaints of this world. Actually, we have no dealings with this world. The moment I met my spiritual master, I stopped dealing with this world. I'm there in this world, but I'm not with this. Because that is how we can actually come out of this. Otherwise, how can we come out of this? We say Dukhalayam Ashratam, but we embrace this material world. We say Dukhalayam Ashratam. Krishna says Dukhalayam Ashratam, but we actually embrace. We embrace this world. Stating that, oh, this will give me happiness, that will give me happiness. That means we are actually associating with this world. That will not happen, dear devotees. Two legs, one in spiritual, other in material, will not work. A day should come in our life. It should be completely spiritual. In that day, our devotion begins. Very, very important. Hare Krishna. So, Amma Deepali, when somebody is appreciating, we should remember our spiritual master. Then give it to them. When somebody is putting us down, ignore. This we should do. Making sense, Amma?
Yes, Prabhu. Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna. Yes, Prabhuji, Subal Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, and Nama Krishna. So thank you so much, Prabhuji, for wonderful
Hare Krishna.
about the seva service attitude. Even in our congregation, even small seva also, I mean, who does it, we genuinely appreciate Prabhuji. And I think that's what Baswati Mataji was also telling. Thank you so much for explaining, Prabhuji. I know it is already a little late. Prabhuji, today is Bhadra Purnima, and wanted to, we are doing book distribution today also, and we are requesting all the devotees, if you would like to uh, donate or invite Srimad Bhagavatam in your home, We are also doing Gram Vidya Dan, donating Bhagavatam sets all over India in villages. So if you want to participate, it is only $150. Please let us know. And of course, Prabhuji has always been giving us about how, Srimad Bhagavatam, every day he gives us the knowledge from the Srimad Bhagavatam. So please take this opportunity. Prabhuji, I have a couple of questions, but I'll ask next time. I know it is already a little late. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Dhanapri.
Hare Krishna. Thank you very much. If I caused any inconvenience from my words, please excuse me. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna. Let us all offer our humble obeisances unto all Vaishnava devotees of the Lord who are just like desires, can fulfill the desires of everyone. They are full of compassion for the fallen conditioned souls. Vanchakalpatarubhasya kripa sindhubhyevacha patitanam bhavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Hare Krishna. Thank you all very much. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Vanchivilas Prabhuji ki jai.
All devotees ki jai. Jai Srila Prabhupada.
Thank you.
Shimala Gopal Prabhuji ki jai. Ramay Pran
All
Prabhuji.
devotees, Hare Krishna.
Sushilpa Mataji ki jai. Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji.